So we all have dreams. We all have big ideas that we go to sleep at night and we need to bring into reality and become tangible. But as a student, sometimes we have, again, 5, 10 years down the line planned out, and sometimes it doesn't work. So what happens to us in those moments? Are we just like to be left by the wayside with nothing to do? We're going into a discussion. Just to show you a clip from the Student Struggles podcast. This is episode 8. With me and Brandon talk about that exact same thing. What do we do when these things happen? When it doesn't work out? So what do we do when it doesn't work out? As usual, full audio podcast down below. You know how it is. Enjoy the vid. We wanted to discuss this, but you used to do track.
Yes.
And unfortunately, you got injured.
Yeah.
So I wanted you to be able to like. It's funny, the story you're telling me about how you ended up, tell the story. Tell the story.
So when I was at Commonwealth, I was doing physical education and sport.
I want to be a
physiotherapist. Yeah, I wanted to be a physiotherapist. I was doing that at CSET. I was adamant I was going to do that at Kate and everything. But then
what? Plot twist.
Plot twist. I got injured. I have degenerating cartilage in my right knee.
Really?
So yeah. So basically, the more I run, the more I'll just
worse.
break. Yeah.
But it obviously can get worse the more you use it.
Yeah. That's in my right knee, and I actually got a problem in my like left hip or something. I got tear or something like that. Yeah. But that happened, and I wasn't the best student either. So my biology and other grades, like my science grades, weren't that good.
Especially if you want to do
I
physiotherapy.
passed though. I passed them at CSET, even though they weren't that good.
Tree is still decent, bro.
Yeah.
Tree is still good.
So
you're hearing Brandon's story. Brandon want to be a physiotherapist. He runs. He's an athlete. He's set on it. He's doing bio. He's doing all the sciences. What happens? He gets injured. He can no longer run. He does not have good enough grades that he can actually pursue the subjects necessary to become a physiotherapist. In some ways, everything that he had planned up to this point has just come crashing down. Let's see what happens next.
I applied to go to Queen's College for sixth form, where I met you. Yeah. So then I got a call. I got a call. I won't say from who.
Say it, man.
I got a call from Dr. Brown saying, well,
And you know what? If we keep talking about him, I got a pod, so that's good. So good love. Do you think?
Big up Dr. Brown though.
Yeah.
That our science program is very competitive.
Right.
So he'll see what he can do or whatever. But then when they were like accepting people, I got a call and saying, well, we can't accept you for our biology program. But on the application, I also chose economics, and I never did economics or anything, but I was good at math. So
you saw the relation?
Yeah, kind of.
Cool.
Yeah. And then I was like, okay, whatever. We don't have a slot for you in biology, but we do have a slot for you in economics if you want it. I was like, yeah, I want it.
So what I want you to note is Brandon's mindset. Everything is not going for him. He's not going to do anything he wants. But he's still open. He's still ready to take the opportunity. And similar to you maybe want to be a doctor. I was going to be in accounts. I know I'm in accounts anymore. You maybe want to be a lawyer. And for some reason that doesn't work out, and this next path opens up. You're not weak. You're not lesser of a person. You're not a failure because you end up choosing that path. Because if you put your full effort behind something and it doesn't work out, you're not a failure. Persons who fail are those who are met with resistance, met with trials, and give up. You're still pushing forward, and you could still be a success going down this next path. So never underestimate what another path could open for you. A lot of us have this perception of where we're gonna be in life, and it turns out like it ends up nothing like that. But what I want to continue to show you is the approach that you have to be successful when this next path opens up.
Because
you don't want to go QC.
I want to go QC. If you looked at my application, you know how you had could list all these schools, but you could put one school more than once just with the different types of options. Yeah. I had Queen's College 4 times, and then I had Commonwealth.
I overdid it at CSET, so I did 11 or 12 CSEs.
Oh, I did 10.
I did 12 CSEs. So I did art and accounts outside of school.
Oh wow!
And obviously, I did the extra one because I had math.
Yeah.
So it was kind of crazy, but I kind of knew in my heart that I should have done accounts or a business subject at Cape. But I was scared because at that time the TD crew was so close knit.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't know anybody in business.
Yeah,
I never used to talk to any teachers. That everybody used to do business. I never used to move with. So I was like, I'll be putting myself in a complete new environment. I don't know if I felt comfortable doing that.
Shooting yourself in your foot.
So funny enough, no, going back, I should have. Like,
okay.
I think crazy enough, all the things that you have the fear for is like, is good because it's like you're exerting yourself and you're gonna grow in those situations. You probably should. Like looking back, if I was talking to Jared back there, bro, do accounts, like do a business subject because it will help. Yeah, it will help. It really will help. But the difficulty is that TD and accounts was in the same band. Yeah. So I like TD and all my friends doing TD. How could I choose TD over accounts?
How I did it, I did economics, I did entrepreneurship, which I got lucky because QC actually only does entrepreneurship every other year. So I got in there.
The year that I was doing entrepreneurship.
Yeah, cool. So I got entrepreneurship.
So you know what's mad? I know this sounds so bad to say. Okay. Isn't it like, in a sense, the injury was kind of like one of the best things that happened to you?
I think so. I think everything happens for a reason. Yeah. So as much.
But you won't be doing business.
Yeah, that's true.
You won't even be doing business. Like, that's crazy. So it's like, I hope persons listen to this and listen to your story and be like, yo, I may be going through a tough time. I may not be where you want to be. Yeah. But this could be sending me out on a path that is like awesome still. Yeah. You see, just because path A doesn't work out doesn't mean that you can't still use the skills and the attributes and the characteristics you use from path A to be successful on path B. You really think that the dedication Brandon showed to being an athlete and having to train and doing all that extra work while being a student did not assist him on his journey later on? Of course it did. For myself, again, I did TD. I probably should have done accounts at that time, but that background of having technical drawing has assisted me in other areas in my life. So the fear you have of being fit into this box, and because you're that dude, you're the dude who does sciences, or you're the math dude, or you are the athlete and you can't do anything else but just fit into that box, is all in your mind, because you're actually overthinking it a lot more than other persons are, and you should probably just take that step. As I said before, fear. When you're feeling a real gut fear in like your belly and you got butterflies and you don't know if you should do this thing, that is exactly when you have to do the thing. Because on this other side of that fear is usually where the best things are. Oh dear, like why is pushing up? I shouldn't have to do this. Like, my first option should have worked out. Again, it doesn't always. But when you put yourself out there and you go as, full throttle at, the second option as hard as you was going at the first option, things align for you. Things end up working out. You know what I mean? Look at Brandon. He got the entrepreneurship class that was only usually set up a year every other year. For me, when I went full head in accounts, it was good because I got to make certain relationships I didn't like. If I did accounts in school, I would have gotten certain exemptions and not met certain people I think that was instrumental on my journey to this point. You can use the characteristics, you can use the skills, you can use everything that you learned on that path and just transition it into something else and be just as successful or more successful. What comes to mind is the story about Dwayne Johnson. Talk about, he wanted to be an NFL athlete and he was going and he was doing all this stuff. But then what happened? He got injured, and he's always said football is the best thing that never happened to him because now he's an actor and he's doing so much better than he could ever been if he was in the NFL. Don't be sitting around chilling and asking why things are happening for me. If you put all your effort into something and it does not work out, again, you're not a failure. Your other things are gonna happen for you because that determination, that grit, that no quit attitude is what's gonna make you 10 times better in the next season of your life or whatever you choose. Look, if you're here, again, we appreciate the love. Full podcast down below. We're having our first customer event. I'm kind of excited. It's going to be next week, Friday, March 24th, 3:30 for only those in Barbados at the Queen's College basketball court. Come out, show some support. And yeah, I'm going to see you there. So watch more videos to this point. Bada bing, bada boom, chicka ting 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 ting.